For lesson 15 problem set, we're working to add measurements using the standard algorithm to compose larger units once. So you'll see this whole first page is full of different problems to solve. So we're going to go ahead and go through some of those together, and then I'm going to give you the opportunity to do some of them on your own. You have the option to do mental math or using the standard algorithm to solve these problems as well. So let's go ahead and get started. You'll see that problem A is just 46 plus 5. So really a good strategy for this one would be to use mental math. I can break the 5 into a 4 and a 1. So 46 plus 4 is 50, plus 1 more is 51. So my answer to that one is actually going to be 51 milliliters. So you can see how I was able to use a mental math strategy in order to solve that problem. So that's what they mean by mental math. All right, and then I can apply that same strategy to problem B because it's 46 milliliters plus 25 milliliters. So I can break 25 into 24 and 1. So 24 would give me, well, 4 gives me the 50, and then 20 gives me 70, and then 71. Or I can see that it is just 20 more than what I did on problem A. 20 more than 51 is 71. Oops, sorry, I dropped my stylus there. All right, and then again on this next one, it's 125. So on problem B, if I did 25 and I got 71, I'm adding 125. So I already did my 25 to get 71. So now all I have to add is 100. So what is 171 plus 100? 171. All right, so mental math there was able to get me through all those three top problems. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. All right. So looking at problem D, if I'm just adding 30, then I should be able to count up by tens 3 times and find an answer to that problem. Okay, and the same, so I'm going to put an M next to that one. MM for mental math. That's a problem that I would recommend using a mental math strategy on. Then problem E, it doesn't really look like there's a whole lot of super easy mental math strategies on that one. If you want to use the break apart strategy like we did on problems A and B, you can, but I think it would probably be faster to go through and just do the standard algorithm on that one. So standard algorithm means I'm just going to write my problem up and down, 509 plus 83, and I'm going to leave my labels off because I don't want them to get confused with numbers. So I start with my standard algorithm, tells me to start here in my ones column. So 9 plus 3 is 12. So you can either carry your 1 up here at the top, or a new strategy that we've learned is to add it down here at the bottom. Either way, so you don't forget it's there, I'm going to write a crooked 12. Then I have 8 plus 1 is 9, and 5 plus 0 is 5. So my number is 592 centimeters. And then you can add your centimeters down here, and it's always a good idea to circle your answer too whenever you're doing a problem in the standard algorithm. Okay, so you can see how a couple examples of our mental math worked, and then there was an example of our standard algorithm. Looking at problem F, what strategy do you think would be best? Well, I'm adding 30, so just like with our problem D, if I'm adding 30, I would say that that's a mental math. I can just put 597 in my head and I can count up 30. If mental math doesn't seem to really work out for you on that problem, go ahead and just line up your place values and do some addition for your problem. That's no problem at all if you think it's easier to go through and use the standard algorithm for all of them. And remember, the standard algorithm just means you're writing your problem out and you're solving it. Okay, so if that's an easier strategy for you, then that's the strategy I would like for you to use. You'll notice that I'm going through and I'm not completing all of these problems. This is where I'd like for you to go back and try to do these problems on your own after we figure out an appropriate strategy. It's looking like on the rest of these that it may be easier to go through and just do the standard algorithm for them. But I do want to point out in problem G that there is a mental math strategy that you can use. 29 is really close to 30. So to make 29 30, I just have to take 1 away from 63, which makes it 62. So my new problem, believe it or not, you're actually going to get the same answer by doing 30 plus 62 as you would get doing 29 plus 63. So now I can do a mental math strategy with 30 plus 62 to get the answer to that problem. For my other problems here, I'm going to recommend the standard algorithm for both of these to go ahead and continue. And then on the bottom problems, I would recommend the standard algorithm as well. I do want to go through and do one of these problems with you though, because you'll notice that I have two different units on these problems, J and K. So I see liters and milliliters, and then I see kilograms and grams. And that's different than anything we've done before. So before I release you on this first page to go ahead and work on your own, I want to do problem J along with you. So problem J, I'm going to do the standard algorithm. 1 liter, and I'm going to actually scooch my numbers over here. 1 liter, 245 milliliters, plus 2 liters, 412 milliliters. Okay. Write my ML, write my L. And even though I have milliliters and liters, I'm still going to start here in my column that's the furthest to the right. So I have 5 plus 2 is 7, 4 plus 1 is 5, 2 plus 4 is 6. And then I have 1 plus 2 is 3. So really I'm adding just like those letters weren't there. Alright, so my answer is 3 liters, 657 milliliters. And I will help you line up the next problem just so you can see it. Don't forget that standard algorithm tells me I need to line up my place values. Alright, so there's your next problem all lined up. Put your G and your kg, and now all you have to do is add. Okay, so now what I would like for you to do is go through and complete these problems. Problems A, B, and C have already been done for you. We did all those together right away. Okay, so problem E is also done for you. So all you have left to work on is problem D, F, G, H, I, and K. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 problems left to do on your own. So go ahead and hit pause on the video and work on these problems that I have circled. Then you can come back and check your answers whenever you're done. Listen to the explanations if you missed them, and then we will move on to page 2. Alright, so you should be joining me back now if your problems are finished. You've tried them on your own already, and we will talk about them. So you can see with problem D that we were going to use the mental math strategy. So 59, 10 more would be 69, 79, 89. So 89 centimeters is my answer for that one. Alright, and then we're going to use the same strategy for F with our mental math. So 597, 10 more would be 607, 617, 627 if I was using my mental math strategy. Now, counting up that 97, getting to 10 more could have been a little bit confusing, so we can add using our standard algorithm. 7 plus 0 is 7, 9 plus 3 is 12, and 5 plus 1 is 6. And you can see that we got the same answer either way. So it really doesn't matter what method you use, because we got the same answer either way we did it. Letter H. Oh, no, I'm sorry, G. Letter G. We're using mental math for that one. 30 plus 62. So I'm going to put 62 in my head and I'm going to count up 30. So 62, 72, 82, 92. So 92 grams is going to be my answer for that one. Now my other two here that I have, I was planning to use the standard algorithm for. So I'm going to zoom it in here a little bit and give myself some room to write. 345 grams, 294 grams. Really important, first step is to line up my place values, and then I need to start in my ones column. So 5 plus 4 is 9. 4 plus 9 is a crooked 13. 3, 4, 5, 6, 639 grams is my answer for that one. Okay, standard algorithm strategy for this one too, we decided would be best. 480 grams plus 476 grams. And you can see that I like to write my label over here to the side so I don't get it mixed in with my numbers. If you would like to not write your label at all and just add it to your answer, that's fine as long as you don't forget it. 0 plus 6, 8 plus 7, 4 plus 4, plus 1. And there's our answer for that one. So we have one left to do here, and that is our K problem. 9 plus 7, 0 plus 6, plus 1, 5 plus 3, and 2 plus 3. All right, so hopefully the answers that you got matched the answers that I just got on those problems. Moving on to page 2, we have 3 story problems here to look at. Nadine and Jen buy a small bag of popcorn and a pretzel at the movie theater. The pretzel weighs 63 grams more than the popcorn. What is the weight of the pretzel? When I hear this more, that is signaling me to do an addition problem. Okay? Now, if something says how many more, that's not going to be addition. That's going to be a subtraction. So if it weighs more than the popcorn, I know I need to add on to what the popcorn was. So the popcorn is 44 grams. And the pretzel weighs 63 grams more than the popcorn. So I'm going to add those two numbers together to figure out what that weight is going to be. You can see that I've lined up my place values, and I'm going to start in my ones column. So 4 plus 3, yep, that's 7, and then 4 plus 6 is 10. And I don't have to write a crooked 10 because I don't really have anywhere to carry my 1 to. So 107 grams is my answer. So the pretzel weighs 107 grams. In math class, Jason and Andrea find the total liquid volume of water in their beakers. Jason says that the total amount is 782 milliliters, but Andrea says it's 792 milliliters. The amount of water in each beaker can be found in the table to the right. So we have to find out who was correct in their answer, and then we have to tell the mistake that the person who was wrong, what they did wrong. So what do we have to do to start here? We're going to have to add our two volumes together to find out the total and see who was right and who was wrong. So I know that one was 475 milliliters and Andrea's was 317 milliliters. So by adding those two together, we're going to find out that our answer should be either 782 or 792. So 5 plus 7 is a crooked 12. 7, 8, 9, 4, 5, 6, 7. 792 milliliters is the correct answer. So who was right, Jason or Andrea? Andrea was right. So what mistake do you think Jason made? He got an 8 here. Why would he have gotten an 8 instead of a 9? Chances are he forgot to carry that extra 1 when he was doing 5 plus 7. Because if I took that 1 away, my answer here would be 8. So, Jason forgot to carry. Forgot to carry the 1. And by forgetting to carry the 1, he got the wrong answer. That's why it's so important to write your number that you carry in a spot that you can see it and that you remember to add it. If you need some time to write that answer, go ahead and pause, and then you can catch back up to number 4 when you're ready. It takes Greg 15 minutes to mow the front lawn. It takes him 17 more minutes to mow the back lawn than the front lawn. What is the total amount of time Greg spends mowing the lawns? So, it takes him 17 more minutes. We know that that means that I'm going to do an addition problem. So if the front lawn takes 15 minutes, and we abbreviate minutes MIN, and the back lawn takes 17 minutes more than the front lawn, I need to figure out how long it takes to mow the back lawn if I'm trying to figure out the total amount of time he spends mowing the lawns. So this is actually going to be a 2-step problem. Because first, if I want to figure out the front lawn plus the back lawn, I need to know how long the back lawn takes. The front lawn is 15 minutes, and the back lawn is 17 minutes more. So I'm not going to add 17. That's not the time it takes to mow the back lawn. I have to add 17 minutes onto the 15, and that is just the time it takes to do the back lawn. So that's my problem that I have written over here. 5 plus 7 is 12. We actually said that one earlier. 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 3. So 32 minutes isn't our answer. 32 minutes is just how long it takes him to mow the back lawn. Now I have to add both of the front lawn and the back lawn together to find the total amount of time it takes him to mow the lawn. I know that sounds like a lot, but that's what happens when we get into these multi-step problems. Whoa. I was hoping to move my whole problem there, but I'll just give myself some room over here. 15 plus 32. Front lawn plus the back lawn. 5 plus 2 is 7. 1 plus 3 is 4. So it actually takes him 47 minutes to mow the lawns. We just did a ton of work. You should be so proud of yourself. Thank you for hanging in there with me. Don't forget to save these problems. If you need to finish any of them at home because you didn't get quite done, then don't forget, hit save, and then you can just work on it when you get home. It doesn't take any internet because you've already got it loaded. Thanks again for your hard work today on adding measurements using the standard algorithm to compose larger units once.